Greetings and welcome to Talk to Me America, brought to you by Here's What I Heard. I'm Lord Goddess, your hostess. Thank you for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. Well, it's Thursday at 7 p.m. Central, so I guess it's time for the talk show. How are you all out there today? I'm doing fantastic, thank you very much. This has actually been kind of a slow news week, which is okay, but there's still plenty of things to talk about. And of course, last week, if you were with me, if you remember, my power went out about 10 minutes into the stream. Happened to be when I was talking about a certain residence in Washington. So I won't mention that again. We'll see what happens. I hope we get to keep the power this time. Of course, the first thing that happened was that my OBS crashed, which I got back on from that, and just not even 5 seconds later, the power went off and stayed off until 2 a.m. And the actual radius in which they showed us that the power went off was very suspicious, especially in my neighborhood. So we'll see. Heck, I didn't just get myself kicked off of the YouTube. I got myself kicked off the entire grid. That's all I can imagine. I'm definitely writing it off as a coincidence, but we'll have to see what happens, or if that happens again. So, one of the things that happened this week was good news. The OSHA scratched their mandates. Hallelujah. They're following the Supreme Court like good citizens should. Appreciate that. Actually, the one that surprised me the most about that was Starbucks. Of course, didn't they proclaim that they were going to hire more refugees than Americans? So that might be the reason behind that. Anyway, the one thing I did want to finish talking about, we were talking about, and of course you guys will call me in a little bit, call in with me in a little bit. You see the number down there scrolling. All right, I wanted to finish talking about people that have literally become our enemies these days. And I'm sorry, but I absolutely refuse. This is something I was talking about last week. But I absolutely refuse to come to terms or agreements or any kind of truce with someone who just wants me dead. Howard Stern, how dare you? Especially after the early 90s, you and your fart man. If you're trying to regain any kind of relevance now about that, sorry, especially if you don't believe everyone should be treated equally over this. Well, again, obviously he's trying to get attention again and become relevant again because, like I say, after Fart Man, most people just went, yeah, let's move on to people like Joe Rogan. Which, by the way, I wonder if this particular situation is going to go down in history with Joe Rogan and Neil Young. Because I believe that this is one of the very first times in cancel culture, if you want to call it that, I call it censorship, that someone has literally canceled themselves. I have to laugh every time I see the article. I think, well, this has been all over everything. This is another thing that tells me that this has been an extremely slow news week, because we're all over this old rocker dude that most people under 40 don't even know who the hell he is. Anybody 50 and above, there's a split 50-50 with whether or not they loved him or hated him or not. And then anybody in the boomer section, they don't know what Spotify is. And of course, anybody in the boomer selection probably thought that he was stoner rock or something like. You know how the boomers were when it came to that stuff. Let's how we have on here. Hey, WARP Radio. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your real name, but thank you for being here. Happen to be looking for someone on D-Live. He does a radio station on D-Live. If you like the 80s and techno stuff from the 80s, go check out his radio station, WARP Radio on D-Live. Or as Salty would put it, D-Live is asshole. I'm not real sure why, though. I don't get a chance to watch every single thing that he says anymore since I'm doing my own live thing. So, but yeah, Howard Stern, you can go home. And, you know, you may be vaccinated and all of that, but I'm sorry, you do not have the high ground here. You showed your ass quite a few times. Not to mention the fact that I'm not even going to go into his racism of the past. There's pictures of him. I think he was in blackface. So, yeah, don't lecture me about anything there, Stern. And you'll find that the unvaccinated are just as worthy as the vaccinated. Just because you got a needle stuck in your arm doesn't make you any better or any worse than anyone else. I'm sorry for the people that get sick, but I mean, you know, it is still part of life. It really is. We're never going to live forever. Nobody's ever going to live forever. I know that there's people out there trying the cybernetic implants and all that stuff, but I can't imagine being a robot and living forever and watching other robots. I mean, that would just be a boring existence. What you know, what do you have to learn when you've learned everything? Didn't we see a movie about that? All right. I always try to bring some levity to this show, and I can't think of anything more funny than the fashion industry lately. Especially the way they're starting to dress dudes. And I'm not sure if this is part of the show or whether or not these guys are really. Well, I'll show you some of the pictures. A lot of this stuff I have no idea. For those of you just listening, this looks like some kind of a backdrop of an abstract suit that this guy's walking down in with. It looks like oversized, like clown type shoes that have been made into wingtips, and black lipstick, a tie, an actual tie, and it looks like he's got a suit coat underneath it too, and black glasses. Wow, someone's calling me already. I wasn't quite ready for that yet. Let's see who it is. You are live.
Hello?
Yes, you are live.
Oh, hello. Okay, give me 1 second here. This is Warp Radio. Let me just switch over.
Oh,
You're also live on my program as well. Hello.
Well, hello there.
Okay, guys. Well, hello there. Yes, you are live on the Warp Radio Network, and I'm live on your show. So, hello.
How about that? Isn't technology wonderful? Huh? I'm being simulcast. Yeah. How about that? Let's see who we have on here today.
So.
What's that?
I said you're such a sweetie. I had to call in and say hi. You know.
Oh well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I get a kick out of your show. I actually, when I came back on there, I caught you eating again, but I won't talk about it.
Let's just fix that here so I hear you and not causing any feedback loops.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm going to take that down. I was accidentally refeeding you a little bit there. Okay, we should be good now.
Oh, well, yeah, if you're on the phone with me, you got to mute the feed. It will feed back on you. Let's see. We got Wage online. We got Dwarf King, Prowler of the Night, little bit blue, and Advocate Coke, 1964. That's a Wingnut, GI Wingnut. All my rowdy friends.
It's all right.
So the world wants to know what you have to say. So you called me, so tell them like it is. What you got to tell everybody tonight?
Well, I'm not sure. I thought, like I said, I'd call in and say hi and see if the conversation could come up or not. But I don't want to take over your show either, So, and I kind of missed bits and pieces of it as I was setting up here to call it in. So I'll say hello to all your chatters as well and mine. I have to see who's on mine. I was looking at your room here. I got switched over to the other side. Well, I know my buddy Cadence is listening, so the admins. Nero Bashing is tuned in. Hello, Nero. Nero, get your beep in the room. You know where you belong. Jasper Deck, Classic Computers. Saki, I think he's listening in bed. We won't say what he's doing. We'll just say he's listening in bed. Tall Ships around here somewhere. Cool Dude, Collie Wolf. And, and I'm Weetodad. There we go. That's all the people who are in my main chat anyways. Well, hello, everybody. And we're listening to this lovely, lovely lady. I'm looking at her right now on the screen. She's pretty. And I'm going to make sure I got her name right because I keep getting it wrong for some reason. It's The Goddess. No, I'm missing a part of your name. What am I doing wrong?
It's actually Laura the Goddess. It's say it like it's an Italian name, the Goddess.
Oh, okay. So it's Laura the Goddess.
There you go. Hey guys, reason why I like this guy, he's based. He thought I called him biased. Everybody's biased. That goes beyond saying, but he's based. You sit there and listen to him talk about his neighborhood and stuff, man. You're gonna love this guy. So make sure you go and check him out on D Live. Like I say, it's WARP Radio. What time do you start?
Well, it depends on when Comcast wants to work. And I'm actually surprised it's working now.
Oh, that's right.
It's usually dead by this time. And for some weird reason, well, I started playing some commercials that are pretty much what they are. And for some strange reason, all of a sudden, my internet is working today. So coincidence? Or maybe somebody's going to like the show today. So I don't know. I do wonder, though. I do wonder.
Well.
I do wonder. So I'm on all the time. It depends. Like I said, it depends on if I have net or not. I've been starting around, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, Central Standard Time, CST. And like I said, I'm usually off the air by now. But I promised this lovely lady I would come and check out her show, and here I am. And fun. And she's a sweetie, I can tell you that.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much. That's one of my philosophies, kindness. I hate being miserable. Being miserable all the time sucks. So that's why I say I try to get some levity in my show as well. And I'm a funny person. Of course, people tell me that I'm funny, but I have to remind them that looks ain't everything.
Well, you got wit too, so that's nice as well, I have a saying, I'm allergic to stupid. And I can tell you, I am not allergic to you.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Although I can be stupid sometimes. So, shout out your call letters, and I'm going to go on with my show. Let everybody know how to find you.
This is WARP. WARP Warp Radio. You can find me on D Live. Just look for Warp Radio on D Live. I'm on D Live. I'm on Trovo. I'm on my own website. That's WARP-radio.com or WARP-radio.tv is where you'll find my main site. Audio feed stuff there and everything. I'm also on, like I said, I'm on Travel and Odysee. I'm on Twitch and I'm on D Live. And there's two others, and I can't remember what they are right now. I thought she was going to start, one of my admins says, oh, I thought she was going to start discussing stuff with me in the call. Well, she is. But she wanted me to give out call letters. It's her turn now, so let me be quiet so she can give out her props.
Well, like I say, that's up to you. That's what I have people call in for. Let me, while you think of something to tell the world, let me say hello to some of my people in the chat here. Of course, Pastor Chatelet, thank you for being here tonight. He is awesome. He runs a 24-hour show on Odysee, and I believe, are you on also DLive and Twitch as well? Sometimes he plays the newest video games. I think they're the newest ones. I'm not real familiar with video games. He plays movies. He plays documentaries. I also do believe, do you also preach on Sundays? Pastor Chatelet is actually a pastor. For those of you who are just joining us or are new to the channel. You know what's weird about this? I can't see actually how many people are in the chat on Odysee. I can in YouTube. There's three people there, but nobody's talking. Twitch, Pastor Honkler. If you want to see Pastor Chatelet on Twitch, he's Pastor Honkler. Yes, he is on DLive. Thank you so much. Wage War, my buddy that got me started on this, or got me helped on this, and I hoped I was able to help him with the OBS plugins and stuff like that. Much better than Restream. If you wanna
Well, don't even get me started on
that. You don't like Restream either?
Terrible.
I can't afford them.
Program.
I can't afford them.
Yeah. That too.
And Odysee is not one of their main feeds or live feeds, so it's like, yeah, how good can they possibly be? Everyone is coming up in here. Well, welcome everyone. Hey, sorry Hal, how are you? How are you? Thank you for being here tonight. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right. If you haven't already, smash that fire button, smash the like button on YouTube. I think that's the new thing now. Even Steven Crowder's smashing everything. Smash, smash, smash. Yep.
Like me and my keyboards.
Yeah.
Smash, 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 smashy, smashy.
If you can afford it. Well, like I say, I guess it works for some people, and it doesn't work for others. Some people swear by Restream, like Salty, and some people can't deal with it. Well, like I say, I guess if I can actually pay for it, then it probably would get better. And that's probably the reason why the free stuff doesn't work all that well, because they want you to pay for it. Marketing, marketing, marketing.
Yeah, they do.
451 Actual. All right, another awesome dude. This is actually the guy I was looking for when I found WARP Radio. For some reason, I had no idea you were only on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I'll be looking for you tomorrow morning while I'm finishing my video for Saturday. And, let's see. If you can afford it. Somebody said something that warranted a sorry to hear. I don't like bad news, but if we have bad news. All right. So did you come up with something you wanted to discuss there?
No, it's one of those things that, depending on what is said, or, what is said, or now I'm Italian. I'm swinging my fingers like a medallion. It's one of those things that, if I hear something or something is said or a question is asked, and then I give a response, and then I start into a rant, or maybe, as you say, I tell stories about, I had somebody tell me earlier, they love tuning into my show because they watch me take things apart, and then I give them the whole life story of the thing I'm taking apart. And I just, that floored me, that made me laugh, and your comment of, saying I was spaced, which I honestly, I never heard that before, but once you explained to me what it meant, I was like, yeah, that's me. So that made my day too. So it's one of those things,
Oh, well, now the people that all come to our shows, my shows, we all come to each other's shows and everything like that. We're all pretty based. We call a spade, and we're this woke lifestyle and these people trying to pretend like they're something that they're not. Actually, that part of it's okay, but they're trying to force everybody else to play along a lot of times and pay for it, and like, nah. So yeah, based.
Well, you heard me then.
You got a lot of based people here, which, like I say, it means they love their country and they hate what's going on. Essentially, some of it's political, some of it's musical, but you know how it is. They've actually tried and are trying to make everything political so that they can just take over.
Right. Well, now I'm getting a better idea. I'm actually getting a better idea what you're meaning by based, and it makes sense. I'm actually understanding. And maybe I have to explain to you and your listeners, and well, of course, my listeners and stuff know. They know me. I'm legally blind, and I came into the world with what I call, the big red lie or the big white lie, where they say, oh, you can be anything you want, So I wanted to get into electronics. I worked really hard to do that, and I almost made it. And I got to the point where I was working for a company, and and they're like, hey, I'll just give you the cliff version, otherwise I'll eat up all your airtime. But what they've done is, it was a small company, and I went in for the interview, and the guy who interviewed me, he's like, you know more about radio than most people in the field. You're hired. When can you start? So I was working for this company for 5 years, and again, it was a small company, father-son kind of thing. So the son was taking over, and he discovered that there wasn't there was no job application. Wasn't legally employed. So he's like, well, we're gonna fix that. So he called me into his office and he told me, you're not legally employed. We don't have a job a job application or anything for you. So we're gonna fill one out. And I remember the father sticking his head in. He's like, don't do this. Trust me, don't do it. And of course, the son's gonna not listen to the father, right? You know what I mean? Father-son kind of thing. So we sit down, we fill out this form and everything. Week later, their insurer says, yeah, he's got to take a physical. For electronics, I got to take a physical. They want me to take an eye exam. Failed the eye exam. They're like, you have to fire him. We can't have a blind guy working on $20,000 repeater systems. He's got to go. But I was a good employee, you see. So there was some little finagling going on, at the top, so to speak. And the secretary found out. She announced it over to PA that no one's getting a raise because the company wants to keep me, and that the insurance rate would go up 13%. So I got the beep kicked out of me in the alley. 3 days later, I was on the job.
Oh, that is messed up. That is messed up. I'm going to remind all of my listeners that this gentleman that we're speaking to right now lives in Chicago. Am I correct?
No, I used to live in Chicago. I'm about 200 miles southwest of Chicago. I'm about 30 miles from the Mississippi River. I don't want to really say where I'm at. We'll just say I'm 30 miles east of the Mississippi River in the ass end of Illinois.
Gotcha. But also, too, you are a pure blood. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was born in Chicago. What do you mean by pure blood? I want to make sure I understand this.
Well, actually, the one reason why I actually stopped on your channel when I found you is that you were talking about not being vaccinated.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, I'm not vaccinated. The reason I'm not vaccinated is because in the state of Illinois, at least where I'm at, there's a $600 administered fee. I'm broke. I'm on a fixed income. I have no money. Let me put it this way, I can't even afford to turn my furnace on. But I don't have $600 to pay to pay the medical industry for a shot, you see. And I'm told, your shot's covered by Medicare and everything. Well, the shot is, but not the doctor who administers it. I have to pay that. But the other thing is they told me I have to go to Peoria. I got to go to Peoria to get the shot. I don't drive. I don't have a car. I can't see. I can't get to Peoria. So I'm not going anywhere. I'm not getting any shots. That's simple, and even, let's be honest, I don't go anywhere. What's the point? You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Why should I get a shot when I have zero exposure? And that's obviously by design. So, how can I explain it? My Evan's cringing right now. But he's like, oh, you can tell the story again, But that's basically what it is.
Oh, no, people need to hear it. Like I said before, everybody, you're correct. Pardon me. You're correct. In fact, that's one of the things that we talk about. The mainstream media basically tells everybody how joyous this is and how free and everything like that it is and everything, while they're complaining about folks like you not being able to vote, which is not the case. It's free to vote. And most places have somewhere where you can get even a free identification.
Now, I will say this. Just coincidence. Just coincidence. Maybe. I live where I'm at. It's pretty much red. Because I'm from Chicago, I'm blue, right? It was discovered that I'm blue. And as soon as that happened, this is about 3 weeks or so before the election, it was discovered I was blue. We won't say how. We'll say, a phone call was made from some specific government agency or whatever, and I was asked what my affiliation was. And I told them, Democrat. All of a sudden, my mail is now 3 months delayed. Even to this day, my mail arrives 3 months. The time it's mailed to the time I get it is 3 months. Coincidence? I don't know. I don't know.
That's terrible.
It started about 2 weeks or so before the election, because I wanted to get a form, for the what do you call it, the voting thing, I can't think of the word now. I cannot think of the word. You vote by mail kind of thing?
Absentee.
Oh, yeah, we'll send it out to you. Absentee, thank you. The absentee voting thing. I didn't get it to about a month and a half after the election. So, coincidence? I don't know.
I couldn't tell you.
Put that out there,
I couldn't tell you. I was going to say, I would venture to say that the post office or somebody biased in the post office would have to know that. That's kind of weird. Who was it that found out that you're blue in a red area? I don't know the whole story. I just know that's just, pardon me. That's really odd. That's really, really odd. Well, I'm sorry that that's happening to you. However, it sounds like your landlord has been bothering you a bit too.
No, well, yes and no. The landlord here, I live in a, I don't want to call it a project. It's a nice place. It's okay, oh boy, where do I start? It's an okay place. You must have heard one of my stories, right, from the show, I guess.
You said you had to go and show them your proof of insurance today.
Oh, I see. Well, it was more, in this case, it was more of a, what happened was that they sold the place. The old landlord sold it, and I got a new landlord. And I logged into their portal, and there was a message there saying, we noticed that you don't have any renter's insurance. We strongly advise that you get renter's insurance. And then they quoted something about in the lease. And sure enough, in the lease, it said something that if you don't have renter's insurance, any claims against you, you're responsible for, blah, 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 blah. You know how that stuff is.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought it would be really wise to go get my renter's insurance information and walk it over to the office and say, here you go. And that's exactly what I did. She took it. She goes, oh, she photocopied it, whatever. Now they have the records of me having, and I told her, I says, I've had this pretty much since the day I moved in here, and I've been here almost 20 years. So I've always had renter's insurance. So I don't want them saying, you don't have insurance. Oh, yes, I do. So, and they can call the insurer and everything, so.
All right. Okay, well, thank you so much for calling today. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you simulcasting my show and everything. I got other phone calls that are going to be coming in here soon, and I'm going to finish my presentation here real quick, but I got 4 other people that are wanting to call in.
Sure. I didn't mean to want to take your program away from you like that.
Oh, no.
Thanks for
That's
having
what it's
me.
here
like
for.
I said, I just want to call in and say hi,
That's what it's here for.
That's
what I'm doing.
And say hi,
I want people to call me and tell the world what's going on. I appreciate that. You stay safe, and I'll see you on the airwaves, dude.
All right, and I'm going to go ahead and continue listening to you with some background music.
Awesome.
So,
hello to all your followers, and like I say, come give me a like, a follow, a subscribe, smash the fire button, smash the like button. Thanks for calling, bud. WARP Radio on D Live. Go check him out. Good night.
All right, well, after her show. Good night, and after her show.
Woo! All right. Let's see who else we got here. Like I say, Pastor Satellite. Little Bit Blue. That's what is it? TLDR? That's too long. Advocate Coach. Actually, I will go back later. If it stays on the chat, I'll go back later and watch it. All right. You know the number to call, 409-877-1243, or you can Skype me at ldghwih@gmail.com. I was finishing, let's see, we were talking about the fashion industry, and like I say, this is some of the things that I saw the other day that this is how they're dressing men. This is all males, at least their parts look like they are anyway. This is all males, and if you look at their faces, they're like, oh my God, kill me now. Dude, what the? Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay, aviator. What is that, like a deflated superhero or something? Come on. Okay, this looks like maybe a ghost football player from the 1890s, maybe? And the guy next to him, what the hell is in his mouth? I'm sorry, what is it with these? What? Oh, no. This, seriously? Again, look at them all. They all look like, kill me now. All right. Heroin bender dude that accidentally switched clothes with his hookup last night, maybe. Oh my God. Dude, get some sleep. Oh, another ghost football player from the 1890s. The new elf? And again, what the hell is in his... It's like is he doing like dentistry or something? What the... What is that? He's getting ready to. He's prepared to go to the dentist now. And again, future fairy. That's what that is. Future fairy. And I mean the ones that fly around with wands and wings and stuff. Although I don't know this one. If this one came around me, I would probably duck. Okay, this is what happens when you fart in your latex. Really, dude? Really? Okay. And again, all right, this has got to be from a video game, and does that count as darkening your skin? I mean, you can't see his face, but I bet it's painted black too. I'm telling on you. Yeah, no. What is it? It looks like he's wearing the trans flag. Oh yeah, there we go. There's a mullet for you. There's a mullet for you. Oh my goodness. And the shoes. Oh my God. They look really, really long for his feet. But yeah, there's a mullet for you. Why? Why? And of course, look at the look on his face. He's like, I can't believe I am walking down the aisle in this. And what is he supposed to do with those? What is he supposed to do with those arms? I have so many things I could say about that. I'll just not, though. You guys use your own imagination. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Didn't I see that on one of the royal family? The hat, anyway. You getting ready to go to bed there, Junior? Wow. You can barely see his face, but I guarantee you he's thinking, kill me now. I'm going to call this one the molester. Oh my goodness. Well, this one actually makes more sense than all the rest of them do. But yeah, no. Oh. Can you see this one? How do I get this up there where you can see the... Let me see. There, he's got he's got cartoon shoes on. I wonder, and you don't see him walking, so he probably is like, it probably is like those foot trampolines. Remember those? The trampolines you put on your foot? Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Another one, he looks like, I can't believe I'm standing here like this. MICKEYMOUSE. Nice, oh, what are those called again? I actually have a pair of those. The boots. I forget what they're called. Let's see. Christine Quilter says, wow, what's the point in these clothes? Parody. This is my way of adding some levity to the show while I'm waiting for phone calls. You guys said you were going to call. Who's going to call? Where? What happened to Jack? All right. Yeah, like I say, I wanted to show you these because it's so ridiculous. And then look at this. He's wearing red fishnets with garbage shoved in it. Of course, I love the lips. He took that from Uncle Milty. Of course, if anybody remembers Uncle Milton with the roses on the lips and making big lips. He was funny when he dressed like a female. Yep, this says it all. This right here says it all. If you can read this, if you're just listening to this, the thing on his shirt says, please kill me. And that's actually what all of those guys looked like they wanted when wearing this. Oh no! What is that? Oh my God, what is that? Yeah, and that looks like somebody... It looks like his grandma kind of went nuts with the knitting needle there. A knit onesie with, it looks, it's not even, He's got a fur pelt. It's not even sewn into a coat or anything. He's draped over him like a blanket. I think James Earl Jones wore it better in Coming to America. Oh, no, 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 no! Come on, man! I'd wear those boots, though. God. Again, look at his face. He had a toddler. He had a bunch of toddlers draw all over him, including his face. And look at his face. He's like, if this didn't cost so much money, I wouldn't be here, or didn't make so much money. But yeah, this is almost pornographic. Like I say, I'd wear those boots on stage. Oh no. Are you serious? Come on, man. I have to be honest with you. If I saw anything like this coming down the street at me, I think I would walk the other way. Listen here, we got another phone call coming in. Let's see who it is.
Man.
You're on the air.
Hey, yo, man. Man, I was watching the people walking down that, whatever you call that. Is that a clown show?
Yeah, I guess you could put it that way.
Is that a fancy dress or?
It was a men's fashion show. I think it was a conglomeration of a bunch of men's fashion shows. But I mean, really?
Is that money laundering that they do? Is that because no one's gonna buy that shit stuff?
I don't know
who
would.
If they do, where are you gonna wear that? You wear it in this town where I live. You should be beat down. I mean, really, you should.
Well, this is why I love to laugh at them. Like I said, if I saw half of those people coming down the street at me, I would definitely get the fuck out the way.
Is that what they want for the New World Order? They want people like that? I mean, really?
Well, now who is they?
Well, they call themselves the elites. I call them the deletes. I mean, they would not be here if it wasn't for people like us. Right?
Bing, bing, bing. Exactly.
If I don't... Right. Do you have... I don't know if I'm watching you now or I'm watching you on someone else's stream, but I mean, I don't know who you are. I just got your number, and man, I had to call in. I would laugh with you, but it's almost too serious to be true.
Well, we can't let it get us down. We still have to fight against this. And I say, my show. You sound new to my show. My show is actually a freedom of speech show. Basically, people have the right to say whatever they want to say, but we also have the right to tell them no, or laugh at them, or not listen to them, or that kind of thing. It works both ways. My thing is that a lot of people don't have time to be actual creators like this and put all this stuff together, but lots of people can make a phone call and get your voice out there, and we need to do that while we still can, to keep us being able to still can.
So are you a guy or a girl?
Are you serious?
Well, you know how it is. I don't know. You might be purple. Fuck, you might be a cat. I don't know. You got a litter box in your house?
I'm pretty based, and I live in real life. I don't want you to guess. I am female.
Yeah. Oh, are you? Okay, my bad. I thought you was a guy. My bad.
See there, guys? I've actually done a video. I actually have done a video about this. I have been misgendered my entire life, but you don't see me getting all crazy about it. Like I say, I'm pretty based. I don't know where you're seeing me from. But
okay.
Like I say,
where are you broadcasting on? Are you on BitChute, Rumble?
I'm actually on Odysee and YouTube at the moment. That's the only thing I have bandwidth for at the moment.
All right. Do you know Pastor Chatelet? Because
I
evidently
do.
they like to show.
I do.
All right.
Pastor
Well,
Chatelet is actually one
that
of
is
my
where I'm seeing you.
monitors.
And I guess you know Salty Cracker. You know of, right?
Oh, yes. He's one of my
The
one of
Reed.
my he's one
Okay.
of my inspirations actually. I started watching him after I started
Okay.
doing my channel and everything like that, but he made me want to push it a little harder. That's why I've gone live.
But now you sound more feminine. Thank you. I don't care if you gay, straight, or however it goes, but you're not going to try to force it on my child. You're not going to force it on my grandchild. If you're going to cut my bits off my grandchild, I will cut your bits off before you have a chance.
I'm with you. I'm with you. In fact, if you
Oh no,
talk to anybody on the channel, they'll tell you that I am an advocate for women's rights that don't include biological men.
okay. So, I wouldn't. What is your channel name on BitChute? I would. I like to watch people, and I like to. What is that? Broadcast. I don't want to broadcast for myself. I don't need money. I don't want money. I want other people to be heard and understood.
This is it.
How can I help you? What channel are you on? BitChute?
I am on
Rumble?
BitChute.
What do I look for?
I am on BitChute. I am Laura the Goddess. That's D''Godess. Or Here's What I Heard. It's my channel. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Odysee. I'm on BitChute. I am on Rumble. I'm also on Gab.
Here's what I've heard. I understand that. I'm on Gab as Here's What I Heard.
You know what? I'm not sure. It's either, like I say, you can look me up under Laura the Goddess, LAURAD''Godess. Or Here's What I Heard. It depended on the platform. Some platforms let me go in as Here's What I Heard, and some platforms I had to put my name in there.
If I could find Here's What I Heard on a specific channel.
Here, let me see
Would
if
that
I
be-
can. Are you looking at me from what?
Well, I'm watching Pastor Chatelet on my TV, and I'm talking to you on my phone, so I really can't swap out. Roku has a Rumble app, so I can watch Rumble on my TV, and sometimes I watch it on my phone too if I can.
Okay.
But
I don't live stream on Rumble yet.
I comment on my phone.
Yeah, I don't live stream on Rumble yet. I can't really afford all the fees and everything yet, so I'm doing what I can with what I got.
Yeah.
So.
But on Gab, if I can get in contact with you on Gab, it's under This Is What I Heard.
Let's see. Where am I
Would
on
that be
Gab? Let me
correct?
see what my Gab is. My Gab is Laura the Goddess.
I'm out to lunch. Laura the Goddess.
Yeah, here.
See, that's a lot of words. Yeah. Out to lunch is what I go by. Not because I'm eating, it's because I'm crazy. But I'm not really crazy. I've been seeing this happening, and when I told the doctor, he said, "You're crazy." I said, "Well, give me a check." He said, "All right." And they give me a check. But if I convince them I'm not crazy, I don't get a check, and I have to go back to work. Is that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, really. When the doctors start seeing what's happening, they're going to call me up and go, "Fred, you're stupid. You should have told me you heard voices." I do hear voices, but I hear thoughts in my head that aren't mine. I mean, how could I even think that this is going to happen before it happened? And I told my wife, we've been storing water for a long time, and putting food back for a long time.
So are you talking about
maybe it's
the
George Guy
politics and stuff like that?
politics and the Georgia Guidestones and the Masons and the children going missing and
Oh, okay.
they're
Well, I was gonna say
pushing
I
this
don't know how
gay
old you
agenda.
are. I don't know how old you are, but I gotta
Uh,
say this kind of stuff has been happening since the '60s. So if we're not wise to it by now, I don't think we ever will be.
Well, you sound like you're about 50, 45, 50.
You're almost
Is
there.
that either or? Either or.
You're almost there. I still remember
We're,
high school being the
we're
big farce, and I graduated in '84.
82. But I was never in the in crowd. I never wanted to be in the in crowd. I played football, but I tackled my own people. So I tried. I did music. I was better at music than football.
Me
But don't
too.
get me wrong, karate, taekwondo taught me a lot. You know, they never throwed me into the briar bushes, so but I never threw anybody else into the briar bushes. I didn't like that. I don't like that stuff. You are who you are, and if you're good, you're good. If you're bad, you're bad. I don't have time for bad. I have time for good. I'd rather talk to you than talk to a politician.
Oh, oh well, I don't think I'll ever be a politician. I'm not flip floppy
No.
enough for a politician. I'm one of those people who's been pretty much the same most of my life. You do and like I say, anything having to do. I learned real early in my life that anything having to do with the system, which they keep claiming is racist and everything like that. But who owns the system? The system is the government. I've never trusted the government. I don't care what they've told me, what they've said to me.
Right.
And the thing that bothers me the most about all of this, again, is they've turned everybody into everything into something either political or culturally. It's bad for you to be able to grow your own stuff now. They're trying to make us eat bugs and all this other stuff. Are you kidding me? Put it this way, they can have my share. How about that? I'll starve. Go right
the
ahead.
bugs, yeah. Yeah, no, I really want to promote what you do, and because laughing at these people on the runways, I don't know why there's not a comedy track. We could get, well, they're so stupid they think that's good. The people walking down the runway is just ridiculous. It's stupid to me. And who is it that Kamala Harris's stepdaughter? She's a supermodel. Is that
Yeah,
make
they
any sense?
made her a
It's
supermodel.
Clown world.
They made her a supermodel. Actually, I haven't heard much of her. They made a big deal of it at first, but now I don't see her doing much of anything. So, and I was gonna say, go figure.
That would be her code name.
Yeah.
Cat.
Well, one of the main reasons
Is that
why
the
I'm
word
such an
for it?
advocate of freedom of speech, though, and especially this kind of thing too, is not only does it tell you or allow you to know who to hang with, but it also allows you to know who you don't want to hang with, who you don't want to be around, who you don't want in your circles and things like that. And that's actually a big part of the First Amendment with freedom of association as well.
Well, part of the freedom of speech is First Amendment auditors. Have you ever seen them on like YouTube?
Auditors? No,
Oh, yeah. Well, they take a camera and they go in public places using the camera, and people attack them for using the camera. People come up to the camera and say, "Don't film me." How stupid is that? You don't want to be filmed, don't be in front of the camera.
And
First
usually they
Amendment
mean the
auditors,
opposite, so. Okay,
No.
here's
What?
my answer. You don't want to be filmed? Don't get in front of my camera.
Right, yeah. But if there's no expectation of privacy in public.
Well,
That's the way it is.
put it this way: as soon as somebody comes up, gets in your camera, and says, "Don't film me," they just lied to you. Because if they didn't want to be filmed, they wouldn't have gotten anywhere near that lens. Period. So yeah, they are stupid.
See, you're no fun talking to because you agree. You know what I mean? I'm sorry.
Well, I don't necessarily want to be in a bubble,
like,
but I mean, it sounds like we both live in reality.
Yeah. But I'm proud to, man, I say man. I know you're a female.
No worries.
Well, I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I'm
I
saying
told
it.
you. Yes, you do. I told you. And there's no identifying. Yes, God made me this way. I haven't changed a thing. I'm good.
Right, you got bits added. That's weird. That's
No
but,
bits added. No bits subtracted.
I'm proud to have you.
I am pure blood.
I'm proud to have you. Me too. Pure sperm is what I haven't been tested or jabbed. And I don't know. I'm thinking about losing blood just to make some money. But I'm proud to have you in my phone directory, and maybe one day I would love to call you when you're talking to add to the insanity that we maybe can straighten some folks out. We're not going to wake everybody up, and I know that, but we can wake maybe one or two at a time. That's all we can do.
Yeah, well, lead by example. I've had people that, in fact, it's funny. The more you ignore these people, the more they want you to be on their side. So just when you start saying "talk to the hand," that's when they are like, well, gee, maybe I should do something different. And if they don't, fuck them. Next. Not everybody is not. Everyone in the world is not meant to be in your life, and that's okay.
No, I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be rich. I'm proud to have what I have. My hobble. Everybody lives in a cardboard box. The cardboard's made out of wood. My cardboard box is size it is. Some people have a bigger cardboard box. Some people have a cardboard box with clay on the outside, which is brick. Now, you set a fire inside any of them cardboard boxes, they'll burn down just as quick as a lot of them.
Sure.
But I got out of my cardboard box when it burnt. I have another cardboard box.
Thank you.
But I have love and understanding for everybody. But when you attack me or my family, I have such hate. And hate is murder in a way. If you hate somebody, you're murdering that person. I don't understand it in Christ-like, but there is if you hate somebody, you're kind of murdering, and I don't want to do that. Like I tell my wife, of the 10 Commandments, I've committed 9 of them in my mind. Either however it goes, except for killing somebody. And some more I read in the Bible, I've killed somebody because sometimes I hate people, and I don't want to hate people. I want to bring them into our fold. I want to love and understand them. But some people you can't do that to. They won't allow it. But anyway, you got things to do, and I'm on the phone, and my wife's out there cooking, and I feel bad. And
what's for dinner?
Goulash. It's noodles and hamburger and onions and stuff like that.
Oh, sounds delicious.
It is good. I don't eat McDonald's. I hear they have a percentage of human flesh in there.
Oh, good Lord.
And it may be wind that may be Taco Bell. So fast food I don't like. I don't trust. I like mom and pops. And then some of them you don't never know. So
Well, it sounds to me
grow your
like
own
you're
food.
doing just about everything that you can to be a good American. You're supporting local and independent as far as like going out to eat and doing things like that. Because I don't eat McDonald's or any of these fast food places if I can help it. Sometimes it's unavoidable because I work really late hours sometimes. But I try to avoid them because they're huge corporations that don't really care about anything but profit. And a lot of their food isn't food. It doesn't even smell like food to me.
Right. Yeah, I question where your produce comes from. Yeah, like you said, yeah, local. But hey, Walmart has their logo. It's the yellow. That has to do with Alice, the deep underground military base tunneler.
You talking about
Machine.
the yellow star that they have?
Right. That's on the front of the tunnel machine, the blades on it in the front for the tunnels.
Oh, I never knew that. I always just thought it was a flower or something.
So there's, I mean, you seem to be pretty on top of things. Deep underground military bases and tunnels and maglev trains and stuff like that.
No, I'm not up on any of that. I wasn't aware. The only underground trains that I really know about are the subways, like in New York and Chicago, that are filling up with water because they don't bother to fix anything anywhere.
Some of that is maybe true, but some of it may be deep underground military bases.
Oh, you mean like Area 51 or something?
All right, but there's multiple things like that. There's Area 51, there's China Lake, there's that other one in Lower California, child trafficking and stuff like that. You know where the human DNA in McDonald's food comes from, right? Finkel said it. That Jewish guy said it.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard a video about that. Missing children or something like that.
Yeah, and I believe it's a little bit more grounded than what some people think. Like the Keystone plant that they found all the human remains in the plant.
Goodness.
I think that, yeah.
Well, it says, let's see, the guys in the chat, the guys in my chat here are saying that, do we need to educate Laura? Is this something that I don't know? Warp Radio says, he's asking, a TBM?
I don't know what PBM means, but...
T is in Tom.
Oh,
TBM? I'm not sure what that is either.
No, I'm not. If I knew, I'd say. I don't know nothing. What I'm saying is what I've seen and what I've heard. If I knew, I'd be a whistleblower and I'd probably be Hillary later on. Mm-hmm. So, but deep underground military bases, they say that's the reason we had all the flooding in Germany and the reason it's snowing in Greece and, there's more than just Area 51 and China Lake, and there's maglev trains that go from one continent to another, 10-kilometer earthquakes are kind of like a 6 point something mile depth. That seems to be like the average depth that they like to run. The earthquakes that are in diverse places are kind of part of it. You've seen more earthquakes in diverse places than we ever had. We've had volcanoes erupting that may be flooding domes with lava, because in a way they said that it would, if they use ocean water to flood all these tunnels, it would lower the ocean level so low that it would cause a catastrophic weather event eventually.
And who's doing this? Our government, you say?
I want to say the white hats. If there's a white hat thing going on, it's white hats compared to black hats, which would be the bad guys.
I gotcha. Okay, I was gonna say, because the only
And,
white hats that I know of were some group out in, let me think if my memory serves here. This was right about the time Trump got into office the first time. Some group in Syria, like the freedom fighters out in Syria were the white hats or something like that. I could be wrong. I don't remember everything. I'm not on top of everything. I put it this way: I'm amazed at how much I don't know that I don't know.
Let me see. I don't trust everybody, and I don't trust. Well, technically, I don't trust anybody.
There you go.
I'd rather eat my wife's cooking than eat out, because I worked fast food and I worked pizza place, managed that and delivered pizzas. You don't piss the cook off till after you eat, and you don't piss the delivery guy till after you get your food.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, that little girl that saw the blue life sign proves that. That was horrible.
Right. But sometimes they just do stupid stuff before you get your food, whether you pissed them off or not.
True.
So anyway, my name's Fred. Did you ever say your name?
I'm Laura DeGoddess.
No, Laura. All right, I'll go with Laura. That's great. And you're probably fine. You're probably great. But my daughter can say my mama was a country girl, my daddy was a hippie, because that's how I am. I'm for love, I'm for understanding, I'm for peace and prosperity. But if you come at me with violence, I will respond with violence, and I will win. I decide to win, you will lose. That's because you didn't know you was coming at me before you knew it. But anyway.
Well, it's like I've said before, nobody competes to lose. So, understandable.
I don't know. Sometimes, look what Chiden Joe did. He left Afghanistan. He left it. I don't know. He may go attack him later. And he said, look, I left you some stuff to fight with. It's like chasing a criminal, and they have a flat, and you go help them change the flat so you can chase them some more. Anyway, if I get a chance to find you again on a channel, I want to subscribe, and I'd love to add comments, and so we can all learn.
I appreciate that. Pastor, if you don't mind,
Rumble.
Stick my he's watching on you, Pastor. So stick my link in your description, or in your chat for him, so that he can find me. I put it in mine, but I don't think you're watching me on my stream.
No, I'm not watching you on my stream. No.
Okay.
I'm watching Pastor, and he's got the airplane and some guy standing in front of it.
Oh, cool.
And I listen to him. I watched Psych the other day. I enjoy that show. And then I've been seeing Leverage, the show Leverage. And then what was that that other show he showed? Now I think there's more than one person that does the broadcasting, because I don't think it's Pastor all the time.
Well, I'm not sure who all
Leverage
restreams me right now. I know that Warp Radio on D Live is restreaming me right now. Pastor Shadowlight sometimes does. Wage War sometimes does. Advocate Coke does sometimes. Yeah, a lot of people rebroadcast me. Everyone
but
has
I
permission.
enjoy your mock them people till they fall, because they deserve it. They've entertained this stupidity, and they need to be mocked, and they need to be ridiculed until they find out they've been wrong. They've been wrong.
Yeah. Well, look, I appreciate you calling me, Fred. I've got another call coming in. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. But yes, thank you for calling, and thank you for following, and please call me anytime.
Oh, God bless you, lady. I can say that. All right. Be careful. Be good.
Thank you. Thank
And
you for
bye-bye.
calling. Good night. Oops. I took too long. Call me back. Call me back. I've got a long-winded mouth. What can I tell you? I talk a lot. I guess that's why I do so well on this show. While I'm waiting for you to call me back, let me say hello. Ah, there he is. Wage War, you are on the air.
I'm sorry. I just thought you needed a life preserver.
Oh, that's okay. Hey man, that's what this is for. Call and talk to me. That's why I'm surprised no more people are calling. Just because somebody's calling, somebody's talking, doesn't mean you can't call too.
Shit, now I can't. Fuck, let me call you on the phone.
All right. While I'm waiting for you to call, I got this this report I'll do real quick. Actually, something I have a question about. As you see that I have this Ghislaine Maxwell article up. Ghislaine Maxwell changes tune. Will not protect identities of 8 powerful men who slept with Epstein's girls. Now, this article came over on January 15th, and I've actually seen several other versions of it come through, but I still have yet to see any of the names. Are we actually going to get to see these names? Is she actually going to do this, or are they just promising us this so that we'll, oh, okay, we'll forget about it, and by the time we forget about it, it'll be like, oh, well, no big deal. Of course, they do this kind of thing all the time. All right, who do we got on our Prowler of Night? Welcome, re to you too. You're a new face. Welcome, I appreciate it. All right, of course, don't forget to smash the fire button, smash the like button, give us a share, and I've got plenty of comments, but yeah, comment. All right, Blue, this is what happens when you play with the devil's lettuce. What did he do? All right. You're on the air. All right, Wage.
You needed a life preserver.
Oh, yeah. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm used to small talk, but I'm trying to let people get their voice out there. A lot of people don't get to. I was just talking about this Ghislaine Maxwell deal. I've been seeing for the last almost 2 weeks now articles about that she's not going to keep their identities private or anything like that of these 8 powerful men. But where are they? I haven't seen anything updating it. Where are these names? When is she going to say it? When is she going to tell us?
I shared the Black Book, unredacted copy of the Black Book. We know who they are.
That's true. We do, but the GP doesn't.
Yes.
And not to mention the fact, like I say, they've been
Baby
promising us
steps,
this. They've been
dear,
promising us
baby
this.
steps.
Huh?
Baby steps. It takes baby steps.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
And speaking of baby steps, that kind of leads me right into kind of what I wanted to bring up for you to maybe look into. I'll go ahead and post specifically what I'm going to be talking about here in just a second in chat for you, so peeps can go through and hit the links.
Okay, there you go.
And
there's the link.
Look into the story a little bit more. It's AZ State Senator Wendy Rogers. She dropped 88 bills last week. And they're pretty much going back to in-person, 1 day, 1 vote, no machines, and paper ballots with watermarks.
I think I saw that. Actually, I had an article from last week. What was it?
Well, last week you kind of didn't air.
I know, man. I was so mad.
By the way, you need to take down your pinned comment in Odysee. It's still up there. People might get confused.
Oh, I thought I did.
No, you got to go to the 3 dots, not the little X. If you put your mouse over it, there'll be 3 dots. You go there and then you delete it.
Oh, because the little X. I used the little X and now I don't see it.
Just refresh.
Just refresh. Okay, I can do that. All right. Anyway, yeah, I actually did have. I believe I had a something about it. I don't know if it was Arizona though. Oh, here we go. Pennsylvania.
Well, I sent you the link in chat. Yes.
Yeah, the one that I had from last week was Pennsylvania court rules Senate's investigation of the 2020 election results will in the state will move forward. So yeah, Pennsylvania has decided to go ahead with their investigations and stuff too.
Yeah, so, Pennsylvania has decided they're going to go ahead and do what Arizona started to do months ago. What I'm talking about is what Arizona is doing right now, which at least 30 to 35 states need to follow this suit before November. Basically what it's saying is, and the story is rather long. You could probably cover it yourself just by going through and reading it live. But basically the essence is last Monday, 70 of the 88 bills passed.
Great. I bet Biden's shitting himself again.
Yeah, no shit. I was elected to propose bills. That is my main job. Here are 75 of the proposed so far. You can tell that tweet was a little dated because now it's up to 88. Thank you to everyone who is helping me get these passed. And then the tweet has a screenshot of several of them. The big thing, which is also involved in this, is one of these bills, SB 1133, will ban, a city, town, or a school from conducting mail-in elections last Monday. That was one of the ones that they passed. This bill passed through the Senate Government Committee with 6 more new election laws, including currency grade ballot counter fraud requirements.
Yeah, well, that's the way it should
be. Basically, no more copying ballots and recounting them.
Good.
The
I was gonna say,
other
actually,
real
even
big one in this.
even without any
ahead.
of the talk of fraud or any of that other stuff, just the plain and simple fact of just mailing them to everybody and just that was gonna cause problems to begin with. And like I say, that's aside from any of the shenanigans that anybody might want to talk about or think about. But just the plain and simple just mailing
I haven't even touched
caused problems.
the call out that she did to Hobbs.
Good. I'm glad some of these
Wendy
people are
Rogers
starting to get a
straight up
backbone for a
tweeted.
change.
Wendy Rogers straight up tweeted, "We are going back to in-person, one day, one vote, no machines, and paper ballots with watermarks because of crooks like you, Hobbs."
Yep. Yeah, so I say I'm glad to see that people on our side are finally starting to grab a backbone. I've noticed that they're all women though. You got Bobert, you got
Who's running
MTG.
the country right now?
What's that?
Who's running the country right now?
Who's running the country right now? China.
Yes. All right. The puppets that China have in place right now are predominantly female.
Some of them
There
are.
is a major attack. There is a major attack on single, or not even single, but white middle-aged to older males.
Oh, yeah. That's been going on for
It's
at least the
all
last 10 years.
Yeah, this is all theatrical. The reason why the men are stepping back and letting the women step up is because that's the way society has been pushing since the 70s.
Yep.
So keep that in mind when you're watching the news. I wouldn't be surprised if everybody's political wife stepped in and took the man's spot here in the next 10, 15 years.
Well, as long as they're not like some of like what was it? Off with her head.
Oh.
So I was gonna say, if you know your history, I don't remember their names right off, but when women take over that kind of power, they're more brutal and treacherous than some men are.
Every war in the history of mankind has been started by a woman.
Okay.
Believe it or not, every powerful man that has gone to war has had a woman behind them, pushing them to do it. Well, they have fantastic birds.
I was gonna
let's go take their territory.
Well, you saw the pictures that I showed you, what they're doing to actual men.
Yes.
And every single one of them had a face like, kill me now.
Yep. Yeah, and by the way, thanks a lot. Now, after I'm done with this stream and this call, I got to go flush my eyes out with bleach.
You need brain bleach for that, huh? Well, I showed that because this is what the elites think is art, which no, and B, this is what what they want people to be walking around in, and it costs. I bet you about. In fact, the funniest one to me was that deflated superhero one. It looked like a flak jacket, but
one more thing. Your volume going out to the stream overall is real low.
Wow. Okay.
I meant to tell you that when I first started talking to you.
Check. Is that any better?
I don't know. I've got it muted because
that's right.
We don't want to have the echo.
Okay. Yeah, I actually had the mic audio turned down just a little bit, mainly because of the fact that when I answer the Skype, it blows the people's headphones. Let's see.
Yeah,
Christine
I've noticed
says,
that too.
what's that?
I was fixing to say, it happens on my end all the time when I'm hosting, and you just got to watch your main output to your mic level.
Okay.
But I mean, even not only was your mic low, but so were your guests.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Everybody sounds good to me. I'm not sure how it goes out sometimes. Anyway, on YouTube, I got somebody on YouTube that says, Christy Quilter says, and is it gonna be the truth about the names? Oh yeah, with Ghislaine Maxwell, they're promising us the names, but are they even gonna be the right names if we even hear them at all?
I'll be able to verify it.
That's true. We will. I actually got the.
You did grab a copy of that black book, right?
Yeah, I did. You
Okay.
sent it to me in Discord.
Just like I said, no doxing.
No doxing.
But yeah, we could cross-reference to see if they're telling the truth or not. And if they're talking bullshit and they're lying to the American people again, we'll call them out on it.
Yep. Definitely. Let's see. Lil Bit Blue says, people say I act like I don't give a fuck. Motherfuckers, I'm not acting. Oh, he has dilly-gaff syndrome.
Little bits of trip.
I like that. Dilly-gaff syndrome. I actually have a meme somewhere on my Gab about that. So, yeah, I try to make videos. In fact, I'm in the middle of my Saturday video, too. Let's see. Oh, you heard about this, huh? YouTube permanently bans Dan Bongino. Like, he cares.
Yeah. Yeah, he don't care. He's got his own website.
Yeah, in fact...
his own channel.
In fact, I would venture to say that he martyred himself, or is going to be a martyr when it comes to that.
I mean, him worrying about ScrewTube is about the same as me caring about ScrewTube.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, they banned Styx Hexenheimer today, too.
Yeah, I saw that.
They're calling everything misinformation. Put it this way, if everything is misinformation, then they might as well just shut down their fucking site.
Well, I mean, come on. Their whole narrative is crumbling before them. We have people like Wingnut, Advocate Coke. What is it, 1969? He's getting involved with local politics. You've got 415 _actual getting involved with local politics. We all know I'm involved with Mississippi politics. I'm just now trying to get more interviews available and set up for my stream for the local politicians. Mm-hmm. But every last one of us are stepping up. And this is the red wave we have been waiting for and been talking about.
Yep, well, it's got to start locally. Actually, let's see. Everybody keeps asking, Styx got banned? Yes, actually, he said that this morning. Now, I think he said it was only for a week, but you know, once you're on their radar. So he basically said that he's doing.
No comment.
Yeah, he said he's basically doing all the alternatives this week. But like I say, I'm not really exactly sure. He said whatever it was that they flagged him on was stupid, and it was of course the medical misinformation or whatever. He said that he
yeah, it was medical.
Yeah, he said that he argued about it. What is that called? Oh, my brain is gone now. He said that he argued about it and everything like that. He says, but let's see what's going to happen. And again,
Appeal it.
There you go. He said he was going to. He did appeal it, but he says he at this point he expects it, and he expects to not be there much longer, and that's why he's on other platforms, and he doesn't really give a fuck either.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought he was going to post something on Odysee about it, but I hadn't seen anything, to be honest with you. Now, I haven't specifically gone and looked either. Today's been kind of a busy day after last night. Not sure if you knew, but Odysee basically crashed.
Oh, no, actually I didn't. What was I doing last night? Actually, I watched Salty, but I didn't actually start watching him until almost 7 o'clock. I was out.
But yeah, Odysee completely crashed.
Well, they're doing better today.
Yeah, and they also, some of the requirements to stream, they lowered the resolution that you can output and upload to stream.
Is that good or bad?
Now, it's good for them because they're going to be having an issue with the Rumble servers that they're using.
Ah.
Once Rumble goes public, Odyssee's going to have a handful because they need to reduce server space. So basically what they did, by lowering the resolution allowed, and what I'm talking about is, yeah, you can still upload it, but you're going to have all kinds of buffers. In order for you to run, and you're running a decent stream, so, and I didn't think you'd have an issue, because I already know you got yours set up on a lower plane because of your equipment.
Yeah, I had to.
So it wouldn't affect you. It was more to affect people that were streaming in 4K. And that's to cut down on the server space used for streaming. It's like a can of worms. You open it and it goes into 50,000 different directions.
Some of those spring worms that's hard to get
But
back in.
That's basically what happened last night.
Oh, goodness.
What's that?
Uh-oh.
Anyway, that's basically what had happened last night.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad no one was hurt.
Fuck, I fought with Odysee all night.
Wow.
Trying to keep my stream up. Yeah.
Well, thankfully I wasn't on yesterday then.
Of course, now, at the time, I didn't know the whole situation. Otherwise, I would have shut down my stream, reset, and fired right back up. So I'm sitting here struggling, just trying to keep the stream going until the time I said it was going to stop. Hell, I even switched over to Linux.
Oh, yeah. You know things are bad when you got to do that.
No shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. Linux is great for a lot of things. When it comes to video, not so much.
I haven't used it for a whole lot.
No, I had issues with my audio. It'd been so long since I fired it up. I basically had to reset the entire stream from scratch with all the new graphics. And this was all done on the fly while I was streaming.
Oh, yeah, that's
so yeah.
That's if you see me looking around, that's what I'm doing. I'm making sure everything's running right and everything. Let's see. I got a new face in the chat. Your leaders say so.
Do you?
Or your leaders say to. Your leader says to. Okay. It's hard to read all those what at once. They say, I go by this too, but I'm still the same person. Emmett up there, ass. Let's see. Let's see.
Well, what are they talking about pizza for? We ain't up to no pizza gates. Y'all quit.
That's what they were talking about, Pizzagate. Do I remember
yeah,
Isaac Cappy? No, I don't remember Isaac Cappy.
They're making fun of me.
Ah, okay.
They're making fun of me.
Why? Okay.
Don't ask. It's too long of a story. Everything's my fault. It's a Wade gate.
I see. Okay, so you're the Trump of our group. Is that it?
I guess.
He's actually still one of the biggest scapegoats I've ever seen. In fact, everything I watch, almost everything I watch, they seem, I don't care who they're interviewing or what they're talking about, his name always comes up somehow.
Of course.
In fact,
that's their go-to.
Didn't somebody blame him for the latest statue removal or some shit? I was like, what the hell?
Yes. Yes, they did.
This man
well,
hasn't...
if Trump hadn't mixed it...
Do what?
Say, they're talking about it right now in chat. It's all Wade's fault. All of it.
That's okay. I get blamed in my family for everything, too. Don't do this to me now. Did you see that flash? My computer flashed.
Anyway,
I hope that doesn't mean it's getting ready to crash.
Hey. You need LBCs.
I do.
People, step up. If you've got LBCs to spare, Laura needs desperately. We need to get her up to 1K in LBCs so she can stake her channel. Y'all get on that.
Oh, that'd be cool. Every little bit helps, and everything that I get from this particular, if you do LBCs or cash or what is it? PayPal and all that other stuff, it's all going to go right back into this. Because,
except for the 15% going to me, right?
Right. Are you Uncle Sam? You've turned into Uncle Sam now? Taxes in this.
I don't steal.
Oh, there you go.
I don't steal.
All right. Taxes.
I straight up take.
Taxes in this. Oh, there you go. So do they. Let's see.
Yeah, no shit.
Actually, you know what? There is one guy. Now, I'm not exactly sure. I think this guy is actually a state senator or a state legislator or something like that. But I heard this today, and I almost stood up and hollered, "Yay!" Delegate Freitas. Not this time.
I was asked by a colleague of mine on the other side of the aisle, someone I actually deeply respect.
Odysee is stepping up. That's fucking wage war dogs. My dogs are coming through.
Thank you.
Yeehaw!
Thank you. Little Bit Blue and Prowler of the Night. Thank you so much. Kekistan Special Forces. Oh, good to see you, man. Thank you so much.
Yep. No doubt, man. You guys are family.
Appreciate it much.
Ah, damn, that's nice to see.
Yeah, I really do appreciate that, if anybody does. I've been doing this now I've only been doing the live part since December the 2nd. But I've been doing the videos and the show and Skype just reset on me. Sorry about that, Wade. Skype just went bloop, 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 and then reset. How weird was that? Anyway, sorry about that. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Like I say, every little bit goes to taxes, of course. They always take that first. And of course this. Like I say, I'm still running on primitive equipment. In fact, my lighting is actually those little shop lights with the little tin things around them. I don't have any of the stuff that people actually have to be doing this, except for the camera. My computer crashes continuously. I have no idea why. It's really strange because it almost seems like as if it crashes whenever I'm either talking about something controversial, listening to something controversial. I don't know how many times this thing crashes when I'm listening to Steven Crowder. And it's weird too because he'll say a word like taking oneself out just to be safe. But he'll say that word and boom, it crashes. There was another one that there was something else he said too that was I think it had something to do with the COVID or whatever like that, but boom, as soon as that word came out of his mouth, my computer crashed. Now, I'm sure that it's probably a coincidence, but is it? It actually happens a lot. Now, sometimes it happens right after they force an update on me, because I've got Windows 10. But a lot of times it'll happen when I'm working on either listening to, trying to record something for a video, or if I'm actually recording something that sounds a bit controversial. I remember talking about the elections before the elections even happened, and while I was talking about it, while I was recording this video about it, boom, every 5 minutes, every time I would get back on and get everything set back up again to record, it would keep crashing on me. So I don't know. It's like coincidence, maybe, but of course I haven't let that stop me, as you can see. The only thing that actually stopped me was the power outage. And of course I do have a generator, but it wouldn't run the computer properly enough. And of course there would be no Wi-Fi and all that other. So yeah, that's the only thing that actually stops me. In fact, that night I had to go out to a restaurant somewhere that had free Wi-Fi so that I could go in and turn the live feeds off, because YouTube was still broadcasting. Win 11. Oh God, is that out already? I thought they said we were never gonna have to do that again. Anyway, this guy here, let's see, House of Delegates, Commonwealth of Virginia. Okay, so this is a Commonwealth of Virginia delegate, Nick Freitas. Listen to this dude.
And she asked me, was I going to be nice this session? And I thought it was an interesting question. I don't particularly think of myself as an unnice person, but I can see how sometimes people would see that differently. But you know what I've never done, Mr. Speaker? I've never got on this floor and I've challenged the faith of an elected official because I disagreed with them on policy. I've never gone on this floor, Mr. Speaker, and suggested that the other side of the aisle were racist because they didn't agree with my particular policy positions. I've never suggested they were sexist because they didn't agree with my particular policy positions. But I'm keeping a running tally so far of this session. We're not very far into it. And almost every day, someone on the other side of the aisle either gets up and either subtly or comes right out and suggests that if you don't agree with them on policy, well, then you're not a Christian, you're a sexist, you're a bigot, you're a racist. But the moment someone actually stands up and says, wait a second, no, I'm not going to accept that. If you want to debate me on the merits of our particular policies, I am happy to have that discussion. But the moment you claim, with no evidence other than we don't agree on a particular policy position, the moment you claim that that makes us racist or sexist or bigoted, Mr. Speaker, I've got news. This was tried during the election cycle. You had a lot of parents coming to their local elected officials asking questions about what was going on in their schools. And the initial response was, oh, it's not there. And then when they saw evidence that it was, based off of what their kids were coming home and saying to them, and they went back and reissued the concern, then they got told, oh, well, then you must be a racist. Because that has been the repeated narrative coming from certain members of the other side of the aisle.
Sick of hearing that.
And there's been a lot of times where we've sat here politely and just took it. Mr. Speaker, not this time. I'm tired of it. My constituents are tired of it. Because when these claims are made, they're not just made against Governor Youngkin. They're not just made against us. They are made in part against the people that elected to send us here. And I don't know a single person in this chamber that I would define as racist or sexist or bigoted. We have very different ideas about how to get to particular end states where all Virginians can be happy, healthy, prosperous, and free. But just so I'm very clear, will I be nice this session? I would certainly like to be, but I'm not about to sit here and listen to that, Mr. Speaker, and then go home to my constituents and have them ask me, why didn't you stand up and defend us? So let's have a robust policy discussion. But if you're going to question the faith or the intentions of anybody that happens to disagree with you on policy, then you don't get to lecture us on compassion, tolerance, or an open debate. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
No more Mr. Nice Guy. It's about time. In fact, I'm so tired of being called racist because of the color of my skin, it's not even funny. And the thing is, I'm not. I never have been. Now, I've had family members that have been, but not really. They say shit, but they've never oppressed anyone. They've never actually gone to anybody and told them that they're not worthy and any of that stuff. So, you know, and like I say, they keep talking systemic. Well, who owns the system right now? Why isn't anybody paying attention to that? Our government system right now is the one claiming all of this stuff. So if it's so systemic, why are we not questioning these people that are talking about that systemic racism? Yes, Hallie, that's true. They're quick to call anyone a racist bigot who disagrees with them. And again, most of them don't have the moral high ground to be lecturing anybody on anything. Because if you look at their past, you can probably see something that they've either signed or done that hurts people and that is bigoted. You know, there's no such thing as reverse racism. It's either is or it isn't. And if you are judging somebody by the color of their skin, yes, that is racist. Or at least colorist. I mean, in fact, I'm getting tired of people calling me white. I'm not white. I'm pink. I'm peach. I've got dots. I'm all different kind of colors. So, yeah. In fact, I remember one thing I was watching about Oprah Winfrey, which made absolutely no sense. She's like, oh, no matter how rich you are, or no matter how poor you are, if you're white, you still have your whiteness. And what the hell does that mean? Okay, it doesn't rub off. That means also, too, that no matter how rich or poor you are, you still have your blackness? I mean, that's not something that just goes away the more money that you get or whatever. Or the poorer that you get either. So that was the dumbest comment I think I've ever heard her make. Except for the fact that white people need to die. Talking about them like they're some kind of stew. And yeah, she's so oppressed. Yes, she had a hard life. Yes, she had some problems like I had back in those days when we were younger and didn't have control over our lives until she did. And now, she was oppressed then, I guess you could say, or the things that happened to her then, but now she's richer than anybody on the planet, any other woman on the planet, and she's still gonna scream oppression and tell everybody else that they're oppressed? How about telling people how you got rich? How about letting people in on some of the stuff that you did to get where you're going instead of telling everybody else, I got mine, but I'm not going to allow you to get yours in any means at all. In fact, I'm going to let you know how oppressed you are so that you don't even bother. Yeah, no, I don't think so. That's true, Christy. It's true. The people think that they're better than us, and then they hate us. And the fucked up part about that is, we're the ones that made them what they are. I mean, you look in her audience and everything like that, and you see everybody, oh, no matter what she did, no matter what she said. Not to mention the franchises and the merchandise and the newspapers and the magazines. And of course, she's got her own cable network now. She sounds real oppressed to me. Doesn't she sound oppressed to you? In fact, if you took half of her money, she could probably feed California. But no, she's got to make everybody like us. She's got to make the little people feel smaller. It's my responsibility to go out and pay for all these people and give up my hard-earned money that I make not even a fraction of what she makes and what she's got. Now, I'm not faulting her. Great. More power to you. But you don't get to stand up there and tell me that I have to sacrifice when you have everything and I have nothing. And then tell me I'm a bigot because I won't? You can go fuck yourself. Yes, I still have my whiteness. It doesn't rub off. You'll still have your blackness too. It doesn't rub off. That was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard anybody say. Hiya, T.S. Nice to see you again. You can't stand Oprah and you're a black woman. Oh, well, like I say, the color has nothing to do with it, in my opinion. But she made it that way. She made it that way. And I got to tell you, I used to love Oprah. She's a fantastic actress. But she got all woke on us. And she started downing her audience. How do you stay in business when you insult your audience? You suck. Give me money. Do people go for that? Do they? I don't. I don't. I don't go for that. In fact, I remember one time my sister was trying really, really hard to go and get me to go and watch 30 Rock. And of course, you know who's on 30 Rock, right? The guy who shot his photographer, his videographer. Name escapes me. I'm sorry. Because I'm a blonde. Yeah. But yeah, I would not watch that because I absolutely could not stand him. And I didn't like his politics. And I won't support someone that I don't. I won't support somebody's art if they're going to turn around and tell me how bad I am for supporting them. It's crazy. Like I said, most of these stars now, the reason why I've pretty much given a lot of them up even since the early 90s is because a lot of them started in with this. You suck because of this or that, but give me money anyway. Help me live my lifestyle, but you suck. No! Thank you, Hallie. Alec Baldwin. That's what I say. And of course, running a business and knowing how to run a business. How in the world does anybody stay in business? Giving up money like that. You've got to stay neutral. If nothing else, you lose half of your business the minute you go off on a tangent like that. I wonder, do these people really make that much money to where they can afford to give up or just turn money down? It boggles my mind. It boggles my mind. That's no way to run a business. And how do you stay in business that way? All right. Oh, I got a phone call coming in. You're on the air.
Hi, it's Hallie. Hi, I'm calling from work, so I'm getting a little bit distracted and a little pressed for time. I tried watching your show last week, by the way. There was some kind of buffering problem, or whatever the story was.
Oh, I actually, my power went out in the middle of the show, and it stayed out until 2 a.m., so yeah.
Wow.
It cut me off.
Oh, well, I guess that's how, okay, whatever. I guess these things happen here. Yeah. I was thinking the subject of Hollywood. What do you? I mean, I don't know if anyone's going to even watch the Oscars. I mean, at this point, I don't know. People are so insulted. I mean, you're talking about like kind of spitting in the face of your audience. I mean, I don't know. Do you see like there's a whole collective pushback right now? I was kind of toggling, going back and forth with your show, and I don't know if you know Carolyn Borsenko. She's a big opponent of critical race theory. We were sort of watching apparently a school board or something in Chicago. A bunch of progressives were desperately, I think, trying to find ways to appeal to their audience, to appeal to their constituency. I mean, the thing of Chicago, I always thought was pretty progressive. If they're having problems, do you foresee a trend?
Are you talking about?
Hello, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, as I said, I'm at work and I'm calling for myself, which I normally hate to do.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is,
a trend? Which way? Which way? Which way? Which way do you mean the trend? The parents or the school board?
The school board.
Oh, they seem to be trying anything they can. The school boards right now seem to be trying anything that they can to get their regime, their stuff across, and trying to cut the parents out altogether. You heard about that one. Well, there's plenty of politicians that are now saying that the parents don't have any right to their children's, and even that one television host got on there in the pink suit. In fact, I remember her from when she used to wear tampons as earrings. She got on and said, "Oh, people just need to realize that the kids don't belong to their parents anymore. The kids belong to the community." And of course, the community takes over, and they're going to start doing like 1984 and having them tattle on their own parents.
That's so Marxist to say the kids belong. I mean, you need a community. The problem. This is the problem with liberal thought. They have it the other way around. You don't just create a community that and a bunch of the zombies, and you have to have something. Usually, a community revolves around a religion, ideology, whatever. The problem is that we no longer have a national community. But to say that you're part of the children of the property, the community, what community? What? I mean, the community is going to probably, in the Jewish community where I live, the school is an extension of the community. And you have, even within Orthodox Judaism, you have different branches and types, whatever, they gravitate around a community. I work for Yeshiva University, which is its own culture. The kids come from certain places, they all know each other. That's how community works.
Right.
So I'm saying that when they talk about the children being the product, what community? What your definition? I think they've got this idea, this happy, sappy little place where everybody will just dance around the room or something, and a guy can put on a dress and call himself a girl. And by the way, I saw that, I guess, the scenes of that fashion show you were showing at the very beginning. It was in Paris, right? I'm like, God, are they grotesque?
I have no idea where that comes from. All I know is if I see anybody like that walking towards me, I'm walking the other way.
I know. It's bizarre. That's what they want? They need to stop and think. I mean, as far as critical race theory, I have no problem, explaining about that. The kids are older, more appropriate. We had problems with racism in this country. You definitely learn some ugly truths. But I don't know what they're trying to do to these kids. I'm not a mother, so if I were, I'd probably have my kids in parochial school, which I would, a Jewish school. But I'm wondering if Catholic schools are going to make a big comeback. I mean, in New York, of course, they have maybe a large enough population, but I was just kind of wondering do you think the pushback, it's more like they're fighting for their lives, or are we? I mean,
hopefully
I don't know.
Hopefully it's them. Hopefully it's them, because the school boards to me sound just like Communist Manifesto type of stuff, and they've actually been infiltrating our schools with that kind of stuff since World War II. Yeah,
exactly. But I just don't understand who the hell would even watching the collapse of communism. I still don't understand. I can see where maybe it's appealing to this underclass. Unfortunately, on this feral bunch that I think have really have grown unhinged. But I think I don't I don't know what they're what demographic they're even appealing to. But I just again I was just getting off the show and she I really recommend her website, but her YouTube video. I was thinking Dan Bongini.
You talking about Borshenko?
He's no longer with YouTube. Borshenko, yeah, I like her, yeah.
Oh, I love her. I've been watching her
Dan
since she started
yeah.
with the Walkaway.
Yeah, she was great. Yeah, I walked away long ago. But now this guy, Dan Bongini, I get his, he's on Rumble, isn't he?
Yeah, he's actually one of the founders of Rumble.
Yeah. It's funny how I don't know if YouTube they're going to end up giving that to you, because there's some other YouTubers that I know that kind of got deplatformed or something, demonetized. I guess they're really it's like we're a bunch of Davids fighting a Goliath, but I didn't just kind of wondered this whole. I'm sort of watching a certain warfare. I mean, the year has already gotten off to, the year is still young. I mean, I think it's already gotten off to such a lousy, start. I think it's going to make 2021 look like, 22. It's just going to make the others. I don't know. I was hoping to be optimistic this year, but I guess we won't really know till the elections later this year. I was toggling back and forth. What was that guy? The delegate from? He was a delegate from Virginia. I just kind of. What was he talking about? I mean, the delegate there.
Oh, he was actually striking back. Let's see. His name is Freitas. Yeah, Delegate Freitas. He's actually in the legislation in Virginia, but I see him going far if he can continue. But he basically just told them that every time he comes up with something and they have some kind of disagreements or whatever like that, that the other side, his Democratic colleagues, always call names. They always go for the ad hominem attacks rather than talking about the actual policies that they're going after. And he says, I'm not going to take it anymore. You can't bully me that way anymore. So, good. Somebody with a backbone, basically.
I know. I would say any of this has even helped to raise people's standard of living or bolster reading scores. All it's just done was increase crime. I mean, New York is just such a pale shadow of what it once was.
Yeah, we need to start taking pride in ourselves again. Pride in our work, pride in our... Yeah. But, they took a lot of our businesses and factories and all that stuff that actually made us proud away from us. And that's one of the reasons why Hillary Clinton didn't win in 2016, is because that was what she told her constituents. Yeah. I'm going to take all your jobs. Now, who would vote for that?
Yeah, unfortunately, Biden, I think, is carrying on her work.
Yeah, and you see what they're trying to do now, huh?
Awesome.
You see what they're trying to do. I don't know if you watch Salty, but this actually sounds like what they're trying to do. Since they're forcing this Supreme Court judge, he in June said, I have no intentions of retiring. And now here it is 6 months later, all of a sudden, I'm going to retire now. And they're giving...
I was wondering about that. I mean, they're trying to replace... Yeah.
They're trying to... Well, from the gossip that's going on, they're going to try and replace him with our VP.
Yeah.
And then he's going to choose Hillary as his next VP, and then she's going to end up being president after all. Because he ain't all there.
No. I thought they were trying to replace... They were thinking of this black woman, Jackson, or something. I don't know what her chances are. But it's really the fact of the Supreme Court is very, very, just pray that this, we don't get, any lower than any crazier. But I know that,
they'll find a way. They always do. They'll find a way. They always do.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Stacey Adams might become governor of Georgia down the road. That's another worry. These, those, but I don't live in Georgia, so I guess I can't think about it right now. I just. Do you think that well, I was thinking, I'd love to see DeSantis run, but I don't know, his wife has breast cancer, so do you think that would be a deterrent for any, president, at least right now, which her health, but do you think that would be a problem if, do you think that would, I don't know if you decide to run, or at least throw his hat in the ring.
Are you talking about DeSantis' wife?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I hope he just for her own sake, just be well. But these are things that I don't know. There's just a lot of I don't know.
Yeah, actually, I don't think that's going to stop him. I don't actually think that's going to stop him from going. In fact, from the way that they've been reacting to her and being so unforgiving and so the party of compassion have been so incompassionate about this, I get the feeling that that's going to give him even more of an impetus to keep fighting even harder. I think that's what that's going to do.
Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah, I'd rather have him than Trump. But if Trump does, get elected, not, I know it's still a way off, but if he does, I'd still vote for that. I got to get out these. I have to get rid of these progressive types. These Democrats and Biden's just play a puppet for the left. I mean, it's just not all there. Anyway, listen, I got to get back to work and enjoy your show. And Anyway, just be well.
Well, yeah, I appreciate you calling. Everybody who's listening in, this is one of my regular callers. She was one of my very first callers, and she calls me every week. And I appreciate you. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Oh, no problem. Enjoy. Okay. Bye-bye.
Have a great night. Good night. All right. Big shout out to the caller. Like I say, she's one of my regular callers. Let's see. Out to Lunch says, so there are 48 videos I need to watch. Oy vey, I had some watching to do. First video. Oh, I see. You're very good. You're not some dumb blonde. Gee, thanks. I used to bleach my hair. Now I'm just going gray. So, actually, I've been pretty gray on top for a long time, and I wanted it to match, and now I just don't do anything to it. It's growing out. Gray and white hair and silver hair runs in my family. Trump's 45 and the 47. Well, he at least is going to try and be. Let's hope. In fact, 451 Actuals meme, I think, is going viral. I think I saw Salty Cracker play it last night to at least 30,000 people. So way to go, 451 Actual. I wish I could make shorter memes. I guess maybe I just need to practice more. I've made a few, but not very many. Not very many that are political per se. I'm better at. Well, I'm an improv person, anyways. Too. If I don't have it scripted out, I sit here and go or I read articles and then of course I respond to them. Like I said, I'm more of an improv type of person than I am anything else like that. But I'll talk to anybody or talk about anything. Let's see. I'm gonna call every week. Can I? Gray is good. Yes, please call every week. That's what I'm here for. Like I say, we're getting ready to end the stream. It's been 2 hours, and I do want to thank everyone that's been here tonight, all the new faces. Thank you so much for calling me in and everything like that. Welcome to Warp Radio, WARP Radio. He's a great guy, very smart guy too. So, what can I tell you? And electronics, I knew there was something I liked about him because my husband is an electrical engineer as well. So maybe we can talk turkey someday, or they can talk turkey someday, because my husband went through all kinds of school for 11 years to become electrical engineer. And the man can fix just about anything you can plug into a wall. Unless it's some of the newer stuff that they actually have little boxes that they're all sealed in and everything. They don't want you to be able to see or be able to fix any of the transistors or any of that stuff anymore. So, but he's got a lot of vintage stuff that he works on. In fact, a lot of people depend on him for their tube amps. If you're a musician, an older musician, most of the older musicians actually prefer the tube amps, and Morgan fixes those. So he's quite good at it too. And he's one of those very, very honest repairmen too. I don't know if anybody has ever dealt with repairmen, but most repairmen will fix it to where you have to keep bringing it back in. You know what I'm saying? But Morgan, he's like, if I once I fix it, I don't fucking want to see it again. So that's actually one of the things that actually got him a lot of his business, was not the repeat business that he created for himself, but the fact that he didn't want to see the thing again. So he was going to fix it right the first time. And that usually gets him a lot more business than somebody that keeps rotating like that. And he learned that when he was a TV repairman back in the 70s. So, and he's also good with animals too. I got me a great guy. What can I tell you? Someday when all of this comes to fruition and y'all start helping me to build this and everything like that, he's going to be my co-host, because he's actually got a lot of things to say, and he's a lot more profound than I am sometimes when it comes to this, and he will make you laugh your ass off. So that's something to look forward to, and help support us in getting us bigger and growing on the channel here, because I got to get some equipment to be able to put him on here too. We got new cameras, another microphone, another computer, etc., etc. And of course, I need more bandwidth too, which they're promising here within the next 6 months. AT&T. I might actually, depending on how fast I grow, I might actually go ahead and just get the satellite system from Elon Musk. Although I have a friend that just got that, and he said that the equipment alone is over $500 at the moment. So maybe I'll wait until it comes down just a tad bit. But he says the speeds on it are immense and good, and that he doesn't seem to have any problems with overcast. You know how sometimes satellites will screw up or slow down or whatever like that when you got a bad cloud cover or a bad rainstorm. So I'm going to wait on that a little bit, but if eventually I'm going to grow. That's the plan, to grow, and of course the more I grow, the more people I can get to talk to us on here as well. So I hope you guys had fun, as much fun as I did. I appreciate all the callers out there. You guys keep up the good work. Keep the faith. It may not seem like it, but we are winning, and even though we are winning, and even when we do win, we can't stop being diligent about it, because that's how we got in this situation in the first place, to where we are having to fight for our lives at this point. So I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you once again for all the, I guess these are LBCs, the super chats, LBC super chats. I do appreciate that. Advocate Keck, Little Bit Blue, Kekistan, and Prowler of the Night. Appreciate all the callers. Hopefully we'll see you again next week. Thursday, 7 p.m. Central, 5 o'clock avocado time. All right. Once again, I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Hopefully we'll see you again next week. Throughout the week, you can actually give me comments or whatever like that, either on Odysee or on YouTube or on my other two channels. I will actually be uploading the live show on the other two channels, my BitChute and my Rumble. Eventually, I'll be able to do videos or live streams on Rumble as well. I'll be able to afford it soon, so hopefully. Either that or they'll make it free soon enough, hopefully, although I don't see them doing that. But you never can tell. Got to wait and see. So once again, thank you guys all for being here. Thank you to all the new people. Please make sure you share this with everyone. I will have my regular video out on Saturday afternoon as usual. And until next week. Oh, I can't find it. Until next week.